Ebonee's creativity.
Hey everybody, I'm Ebonee. This is Ebonee's Creativity. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. Today I have for you another episode of my series called Can I DIY It? And that is where I attempt to do things that are way outside of my comfort zone or things that I have never tried before when it comes to DIY projects. It could be something relating to a furniture flip or something around my house that's broken that needs to be fixed because ain't nobody got time to be hiring a repairman or spending any kind of money on stuff we can do ourselves. So that's always my go-to to try to do things myself. In today's episode, I'm going to be working to fix my heating coil, my heating element. There's so many names for it, but it's the spirally coil in the bottom of the oven because mine has went out. I do not know exactly what I did to cause it to go out. All I know is I was trying to clean my oven without removing that thing because I didn't want to have to remove it. And then I ended up having this issue and I had to remove it anyway. But I was trying to clean under it. I think I may have left some cleaner on it. So the next time I went to turn it on to use it to cook food, the coil just started to fry. So I just turned the oven off, aborted my cooking mission, and now I have the replacement part from Amazon. I'll link that below as well. And I need to replace this. So the first thing that you'll want to do is shut off your breaker box. In order to get my part number, I did call the manufacturer of the oven, and they do have the replacement parts as well if your part is not sold on Amazon. But I did want to make sure that I was ordering the correct part number. So I called the manufacturer, I got the part number, and mine was on Amazon. So I did order it off Amazon. I think it was like 30 bucks, 20 something bucks, really cheap, much cheaper than a new oven. And as I started to say, the first thing that you'll want to do is turn off your breaker box because ain't nobody got time to get electrocuted. And we want to try to do this safely since I already don't know what we're doing. And so I did shut off my breaker box, and now I have my replacement part from Amazon, and I am ready to go ahead and try to fix this. So let's hop into it and find out if I can DIY replacing the burner element in my oven. Don't come for me in the comments. Remember, I was trying to clean this, and that's how I got myself into this mess in the first place. So I know it's dirty. So I have a ratchet set, and off camera before I started filming this, I determined what size the nuts in the back of this thing were, and then I just went in with my ratchet and started to remove them. Before you start, you may want to check and see exactly which tool you'll need because sometimes there are screws in the back of this and not nuts like mine has. So my method is just to loosen both sides with the ratchet as much as I need to in order to be able to finish it off with my hand. When you're able to remove them, make sure you keep up with them, your screws or your nuts or bolts or whatever you have, because my replacement did not come with the nuts that I needed to secure the new one on, so I had to reuse these. Here's the part where you want to be really careful. You see me pulling this out in slow motion, being very gentle. My goal is to expose as much of the cord that's holding on to the connectors without unhooking the connectors. I'm just trying to get as much of the cord and as much as that insulation type material situated as possible. So I'm pushing the insulation stuff back in and just trying to pull as much of the cord out as I can. If you look closely, you can kind of see where the oven cleaner started to burn on the element at. It is very, very important that you don't let those wires go back into that hole because you will have to fish them out or pull your oven out and try to get them from behind. It's just going to cause you a big problem. So you want to make sure that you secure them on the outside and take your time to pull out as much of the wire as possible, like you saw me doing. Don't rush through this. After I've taped my wires to where I'm pretty sure they won't go back into the hole, next I'm just kind of trying to assess how this is put together. I'm being very careful not to move too quickly because I do not know what I'm doing and I do not want to break anything. So I see that the connection is nothing more than a flat tab pushed into like an alcove. So I'm just still trying to work slowly. Now that I see how it's in, I'm just pulling it apart. You might have seen that I just broke the connection. But my main concern is on making sure that that taped up area is secure. So I'm going to add more tape because I got scared once it started to move. I do not want this cord to go back behind this oven. That is not on the plate today. So once I got that secured, I wanted to go ahead and disconnect the connection on the right side. And for some reason, it gave me a little bit more trouble. You can kind of see me struggling with this side just a little bit. But eventually, I was able to get that part out as well. I didn't think to take a picture while I was doing this, but I tried to freeze this frame so you can see what I meant when I said this will be the male portion, and then the female portion, that's the receiver, is the part that's stuck on the end of the wire that is in the oven. So now that you've probably thoroughly judged me about how dirty my oven is, I am going to be cleaning it. And that is the same oven cleaner that caused this issue. Maybe because it's cheap, next time I'll get a better quality. But that one came from Dollar Tree. And I'm also using Dawn and a paint scraper because this stuff is really stuck on. And I am just going to go to work trying to remove this as best as I can. Gonna leave these clips of me cleaning in just because I know that you've already thoroughly judged me, but gonna speed them up just because I know that if you're trying to learn how to replace your element, you're probably in panic mode and you don't really want to watch me clean. But as you can see, I'm doing my best to clean, and then I'm just gonna wait until I'm able to use the self-cleaning mode on my oven to get the rest of this stuff out. But I have to reconnect this element in order to do that. So here's the new element. I did get it from Amazon and it is linked down below in the description box. And I am just going to be reconnecting these. I'm still moving carefully because I do not want to lose this cord. That's all I can think about. What if this cord shoots out of my hand and goes back behind this oven? What am I going to do? How am I going to fish it out? So I'm still moving very carefully, very slowly, working one side at a time. So, as it is most times in life when you have to do two things, one of them seems to give you a little bit more difficulty than the other, right? So, on this left side, even though I was extra careful and added more tape, you can see I kind of did lose the connector and I started panicking, but I was able to fish it out. It didn't go back in too far. So, my next thing is just to try to hurry up and get this connected because that was a bad sign for me. So I just wanted to slide this male and female connectors together. And then after a little bit of an issue, a little bit of a struggle, I was able to connect the two pieces. After I made sure it was secure, I slowly pushed it back in and I made sure to line up the holes on the new element with the holes that are in the back of the stove. Like I said before, my new element did not come with hardware, so I am going to be attaching this one using the same old nuts from the old one. And of course, I'm doing the opposite of what I did to take the first one off this time. So I'm going to be tightening with my hand and then going in with the ratchet to give it a final tightening. After turning the breaker back on and cranking the oven up as high as it will go, I am waiting to see if this turns orange or not. So it looks like the answer to the question is yes, I can DIY it. And I am super excited about that because for a while there, I thought I would have to purchase a new oven, which I was definitely not looking forward to. So I just saved myself hundreds of dollars by just trying a simple DIY. And if I can do it, you can do it too. So now or in the future, if you have this issue, you know that it's a cheap, simple, quick fix. And you can replace your heating element in your oven. So if you find these kind of videos enjoyable or helpful, please leave me a comment and let me know. You could also let me know by thumbsing up the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will talk to you guys in my next video, which I am currently working on, and it will be a flip. So I hope you enjoy this and that video, and I will talk to you guys then. Bye, guys.